Welcome back, y'all, to another video. I hope y'all had a great week so far. I know I have. Um, we sold the candle company, so there's a block of cheese, which is beeswax back there. But we got a good chunk from that because I am starting my new business called Professor Volt. So this business is over. I'm going to be making binders for master sets because I'm going to really get into master sets and collecting all of the cards, which we're gonna collect them all. We're gonna collect them all. So we're gonna start that. So we'll be changing things around. But today I wanted to talk about diversification and why I think that you should and shouldn't diversify into things. So let's get started into the video. Of course, we've got my sheets here going over all of the numbers. Um, Really good to see Evolving Skies here make some movement. I remember when the packs were $20 is when I got some packs for Evolving Skies, and I thought it was great. This was also when the booster box was like 1500, so a little different. But good to see Evolving Skies is still moving, and it looks like all the great sets are moving. So, 151 is moving up as well, which is what we want to see. The value's moving up, the bundle moving up, packs are moving up. The whole shebang is moving. That's what we want to see right now. Our product to start to move upwards, right? So sealed product normally there's goes up and then it goes down a little bit, straightens out and then goes up, and then it just basically keeps doing the same thing. Is what I've noticed for most product, right? But I also wanted to talk about Stellar Crown and Journey Together, right? Stellar Crown is at 264 a booster box right now. And let's go back up here. Vivid Voltage is probably the similar to Stellar Crown, I would say. And it is cheaper to get a Vivid Voltage box. And it's worth more, and the box is 255. So is the Stellar Crown box going to move ever in the next 5 years? Probably not. So if I had Stellar Crown boxes, I'm selling. I'm selling for sure. Same with Journey Together. I think it is absurd to me that Journey Together I think is a better set than Stellar Crown, but it's the booster boxes are worth more. And Journey Together also has like a promo that comes with the booster box, so these numbers don't really make sense. So I think Journey Together will probably have a little run up here soon because of that, because these numbers just don't make sense to me. But let's talk about diversification. Diversification is only good when you really don't know what to buy, right? And if you watch my videos, we pretty much know what we're buying, right? We're buying the top value sets, right? That's what we want because those move the most. And specifically also the specialty sets, they normally do a lot better than the just main set lines. So, you know, focusing on that and knowing that, what am I doing, right? I still buy and still have pretty much one of everything. Except I don't have any Stellar Crown booster boxes. I never came around to getting those. But from Twilight Masquerade up, I've got each one of these sets, booster boxes, and ETBs. They're just sitting. Haven't really, like I said in the past, I don't really do the booster boxes or bundles anymore. I don't do the bundles anymore. I sold out of all of them because the percentage wise, it's better to hold the bigger product and more desirable product rather than like the smaller product and or miscellaneous things that have different stuff within them. It's more worth it to me to get at the bigger product. And I also wanted to talk about price. So this is what I've came up with on the price of anything. The price of anything does not matter because it is the value that you can gain from whatever that you're buying, right? It doesn't matter. This applies to life, right? The price of anything doesn't matter. It's what you can gain or profit from it in the future that is what you're buying for, right? So the percentages is what we're playing, right? It's all numbers. Everything is math and numbers. And so I am buying prismatic evolutions because it has the highest number. So it doesn't matter. The price doesn't matter to me. Like 125 doesn't matter. Sorry, y'all. I just had Chipotle. Um, but the price of 125 is does not matter. It's irrelevant to me because I am not playing the year game. I'm really playing the 5 year game, right? That's what you need to be in because it'll set you up better in the long term, right? If this applies to you if you're not a business, right? If you are not a business, businesses want to turn as fast as possible, right? If they can make as many transactions as possible and make 20% off of each transaction, that is going to do a lot better than what we're doing here, right? But sometimes if those people have more SKUs, right? They have multiple products, right? And what I'm going to be preaching today is to not diversify and to have like 5 products, right? You want to have 5 products that are really good products and they do really well and you have a bunch of them. That is the play to make because you're going to make a lot more money rather than spreading it all out, rather than when you know the numbers, like what I'm showing you guys today, what you should be buying and why you should buy it because of the reasoning of the total value and what it's going to do in the next, 2 to 5 years, right? Things stop getting printed in 2 years whenever the set releases around that time, right? Not exactly 2 years, but around that time. And so my plan is we are still buying as much prismatic evolutions as possible because I believe it's going to hit just like 151, but I think it's going to do even better because of this juicy 4,000 total value number, which prismatic evolutions has been doing. It's slowly been increasing the total value in the past like month, so that's really nice to see. Really good to see that people are still valuing the cards in the set, which boosts overall the sealed product over time. That's what we want, right? Um, Distant Rivals, I don't really want to talk about it because it's not really moving, nothing's really happening, and I feel like I think they're like not printing. They're trying to, I feel like Pokemon is backed up by all the sets that we're doing right now. So all the mega stuff is just being they're having to produce a lot, and I think they were talking about Ascended Heroes is like having delayed shipments out, and so they're only doing like a small portion of like the smaller products. I don't know. I heard they're not doing ETBs. Correct me if I'm wrong. On the first wave, which I think is insane. So the packs will probably be like $15, like normally, which I'm not buying. Like it doesn't matter the set to me. I would rather wait. I mean, we'll see how it comes out when it does come out, but it is going to be a good set, I think. But let's talk about Mega Evolutions now because actually let's go talk about Black Bolt White Flare real quick. Still think it's a great buy. I think the ETBs are at a great price for the total value of the set. I think it's going to do well over time and worth holding for sure, especially um, just Black Bolt White Flare, right? A lot of people I think grew up um, with black uh, black and white era, and so there's some nostalgia there for a group of people, me included. Um, but let's talk about Mega Evolution sets now. Mega Evolution, I still think it is a great set. I mean, I feel that most people could not tell me that they would rather have a Stellar Crown booster box rather than a Mega Evolution booster box. So I think Mega Evolution is sitting in in a good set to rise here eventually. I do have quite a few booster boxes of Mega Evolutions, so um, hoping for that, right? But I'm going off of numbers, and Mega Evolutions is a what is it like 6x total value against Stellar Crown Booster Box, and it's $40 less. Doesn't make any sense to me. So I'd rather buy a Mega Evolutions box rather than a Stellar Crown box. And most sets, honestly, like this is the next highest booster box value than the one ahead of it, which is Evolving Skies. So that's what its main set line is competing against. So I think Mega Evolutions is sitting at pretty. But Phantasmal Flames, it has been moving up a little bit. Pretty sure the main Charizard, went up a little bit. But still don't agree with the 242 booster box. I mean, actually, it's probably just where it needs to be, actually, compared to all the other booster boxes and their values. I think Phantasmal is in its perfect little spot, perfect little corner, and I don't think it should move. But to finish out the diversification piece, right? So obviously, no booster box has ever really. If you bought something and waited 3 years in the Pokemon space, sealed product, and it was in a great sealed condition, nothing happened to it, you don't lose money. You haven't lost any money. Like you've only made money. And I think that is insane to see, because there's just not many assets out there that just you never lose on. Like not being able to hold things and you are guaranteed to not lose is something that should be cherished. Honestly, the one thing I do see is Stellar Crown. Do I see Stellar Crown? You're probably not going to make any money there or join it together, since the prices are, I guess, inflated up rather than what they're actually worth. So I don't see those making any money in 5 years. But we're not here to buy those. That's not what we're doing, right? I have a Journey Together box. I have one. I'm not going to buy anymore. Like there's no chance I buy anymore. It would have to be in like a collection that I buy. That there's random Journey Together that was thrown in there, and I got it for 70% or less, and that's how it goes. I'm not going to buy it. But what I think that you people should not diversify, because we know the numbers. We know the numbers, and we're going to buy what the best is, because the price of it doesn't matter, because the values will. Holding things that are valuable will be worth it over a long period of time rather than buying the things that aren't worth it, right? So things like if I bought Stellar Crown, for example, and I waited 5 years, it was a waste of money. Rather than if I just put that money into Prismatic Evolutions, and I'm hoping that Prismatic Evolutions is going to do really well, which I think it already is showing that it's starting to move up now. So I think it's more worth it to buy something that is guaranteed to grow rather than something that's basically guaranteed to stay stagnant. Because I see the numbers and I run the numbers, right? But if you guys disagree, feel free to let me know in the comments. But that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I hope you spend a lot of money on Pokemon this weekend. But y'all take care, okay?